All right, let's talk about discipline. You know, that one thing that seems to separate the incredibly successful from, well, everyone else. But we're not going to talk about just gritting your teeth and having more willpower. No, this is about something deeper. It's about the art of sacrifice, the very specific things disciplined people choose to give up so they can win in the long run.
But let's be honest for a second. We've all been there, right? You set a big goal, you're fired up, you've got the plan, and then Monday morning happens. That alarm clock goes off, your warm bed feels amazing, and suddenly that goal feels miles away. Why is it so incredibly hard to just do the thing you know you need to do?
Well, it turns out the problem isn't just you being lazy. The real issue is a kind of psychological trap. It's a fundamental glitch in how our brains are wired that makes choosing the hard path feel, well, almost impossible sometimes. Let's call it the discipline dilemma.
So according to author Ayodeji Awasika, a huge part of this comes down to something called loss aversion. Here's what that means in simple terms. Your brain feels the pain of losing something about twice as strongly as it feels the pleasure of gaining something. So giving up that extra hour of sleep right now feels way more painful than the fuzzy, distant idea of achieving your goals someday. The immediate loss just screams louder than the future reward. And that brings us to a really important idea. See, if we only think about discipline as loss, as just giving stuff up, we're pretty much doomed to fail. The secret is to completely reframe it. You have to understand the massive difference between making a sacrifice and just plain suffering. Let's really break this down. Over here on the left, you've got sacrifice. That's an active choice. It's empowering. It's you saying, I am giving this up now for something much better later. But over here on the right, that's suffering. That's feeling trapped. It's pain that doesn't have a point. It's feeling like you have no say in the matter. Disciplined people, they live over in that sacrifice column. They are choosing their difficulty. And this quote from a piece in Harvard Business Review just nails it. Sacrifice makes us who we are. It's not just about getting something. It's an act of building your own identity. It's you deciding who you're going to become. Suffering, on the other hand, just chains you to who you've always been. Okay, so if sacrifice is the name of the game, what exactly are we talking about here? What are the specific things that disciplined people are giving up? What's the real price of progress? Let's get into the details. I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. It's not punishment, it's a bargain, a smart trade with your future self. You're giving up small, cheap pleasures today for huge, life-changing rewards tomorrow. So let's break down the 10 key sacrifices, the 10 bargains that disciplined people make over and over again. All right, the first and maybe the most obvious bargain is giving up immediate comfort. This is the one we feel every single day. It's that constant nagging choice to take the harder but better path. And this covers our first 4 big sacrifices. Number 1, they trade the snooze button for a head start on the day. 2, they trade that little dopamine hit of an impulse buy for long-term financial health. 3, they trade the false comfort of procrastination for the real satisfaction of making progress. And number 4, they trade the quick fix of comfort food for genuine, lasting energy. Each one is a small choice, a small bargain.
Now, the next bargain is a little different. It's less about physical comfort and more about psychological comfort. This is about trading the need for other people's approval for your own authenticity. It's about being willing to be misunderstood while you're building the life you want.
So this brings us to our next 4 sacrifices. Number 5, they give up the need for constant approval. They're okay if not everyone gets them. 6, they stop caring about the negative opinions of people who aren't on the same path. 7, they trade the fleeting comfort of fitting in for the power of standing out. And number 8, a huge one, they sacrifice toxic relationships that suck away all the energy they need for their goals. And finally, we get to the most modern bargain of all, the sacrifice of distraction. We live in a world that is literally designed to hijack your attention. Disciplined people understand this, and they protect their focus like it's the most valuable currency they have, because it is. And this is where we find our last 2 major sacrifices. Number 9, they trade the endless noise, the constant entertainment, the drama, the gossip, the myth of multitasking for deep, meaningful focus. And number 10, which might be the toughest sacrifice of all, they trade the seductive fantasy of overnight success for the quiet, unglamorous reality of doing the work day in and day out. Okay, so after hearing that list of 10 sacrifices, I know what you might be thinking. It all sounds kind of miserable, like a rigid, boring, joyless life. But that is a huge and frankly dangerous myth about what discipline really is.
Which leads to the most important question of all. Does building a disciplined life really mean you have to punish yourself and give up everything you enjoy? The answer is a loud, resounding no. In fact, if you try to do that, you're just setting yourself up to fail. Let's be real for a second. The internet is flooded with this kind of one-size-fits-all advice. But you know what? Forcing yourself to wake up at 5 a.m. when you're a natural night owl isn't sacrifice. That's just suffering. Thinking that self-improvement is only about squeezing more productivity out of your day completely misses the point. And this whole idea that real discipline has to be some joyless grind, it's not just wrong, it's actually counterproductive.
And this really gets to the core of it. Research highlighted by near and far points to a simple truth. The number one reason we fail to stick with good habits is because we don't actually enjoy them. If your new disciplined routine feels like a punishment every single day, your willpower is going to tap out. It's a finite resource. The real secret to making it last is to find a way to make the process itself feel good.
So if it's not about being miserable, and it's not just about becoming some productivity machine, then what's the point of all this sacrifice? What is the real payoff? What's the ultimate prize at the end of all this?
And what the sources make very clear is that while success, the money, the career, the fitness is often a really nice side effect, it's not the ultimate prize. Not even close. There's something much, much bigger going on.
The true reward is freedom. Simple as that. It's freedom from your own worst impulses, freedom from the weight of other people's opinions, freedom from the constant pull of distraction. Every little sacrifice you make carves out a little more space for you to consciously and deliberately build a life that actually matters to you, a life of your own design.
As the entrepreneur Grant Cardone puts it, you're making a trade, and you're not trading fun for misery. You're trading cheap, temporary fun today for real, lasting freedom tomorrow. That's the freedom to choose your own path, to control your own time, and to live life on your own terms. That is the ultimate win.
So, we'll leave you with this question. Forget about suffering. Think about the bargain. What is one small, deliberate sacrifice you are willing to make today for the incredible freedom you want to have tomorrow?